Hello everyone and welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see the various distributions of Python programming language. So these distributions are nothing but the implementations of Python's interpreter. So here we are going to have a look at 5 or 6 different distributions of Python, and this is the list. So the very first item in the list is nothing but www.python.org. So this is the Python Software Foundation, the organization that develops the Python as a programming language. As we all know that Python is distributed for free by this organization. The distribution of Python that they have kept for free download is known as CPython, and it is most widely used and the famous distribution of Python. So if you visit this python.org from your computer, whatever it may be, it could be a Windows PC, Mac, or a Linux computer. And if you go to the download section, it is going to show you the appropriate file for the download. Okay, so it is going to download and install the CPython interpreter of Python programming language. And it also comes with an integrated development environment known as IDLE. The full form of IDLE is Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So this is one of the most popularly used and widely used and very famous distributions of Python. So most of the Python code that is there in the world is executed by this distribution or by this interpreter of Python. Now we are going to see the other distribution used by scientific community. Okay, so that distribution is known as Anaconda. So Anaconda is a distribution that is very well suited for scientific programming or scientific computing. So this Anaconda comes with a Python interpreter, and it also comes with an IDE known as PyDar IDE, and it also comes with IPython, which is nothing but interactive Python prompt. And finally, it comes with a package management system known as Conda. So Conda, we are going to talk about Conda later, but let us understand first in one line what Conda is. Conda is nothing but a package manager for Python and other programming languages that are used by scientific community. So we know about the PIP package manager of Python. PIP stands for PIP installs packages or PIP installs Python. So similarly, Conda is another package manager that has got its own separate repository for all the scientific packages. So Anaconda comes with Python, the Python's PyDar IDE, IPython, and Conda. It also comes pre-installed with many scientific packages like NumPy and Matplotlib. So you don't have to install them separately. And in case you want to install anything new, suppose you have installed it for your computer vision exercise and you want to install OpenCV, you just need to say Conda install an OpenCV and so on. So it simplifies the package management and installation. Now we are going to see the third distribution, that is IronPython. So this is the IronPython. It is the Python programming language for the .NET framework. Okay, so it seems that IronPython is available only for the version 2.7. So let us go to the download section and let us see if there is anything for 3.0. Okay, it doesn't seem to be available for 3.0, but I guess it works pretty well with 2.7. Okay, so IronPython is not available for Python 3 programming language. It is only available for Python 2 programming language. And we can see here the build date is the latest one. Okay, so it says that 2.7.9 released on 2018 10/09. So this is the almost end of the November of 2018, and in the last month itself they had released 2.7.9 version of IronPython interpreter. So now let us move on to the next distribution of Python, PyPy. So this is very interesting. Most of the interpreters of Python are written in C programming language. Okay, but here this PyPy interpreter, it has been written in Python programming language itself. So it is a just-in-time compiler. Okay, so they claim that Python programs run often faster on PyPy. So here you can read it. So let me increase the size here. Okay. So it says Python programs often run faster on PyPy. Here you can see that statement. There are actually many advantages of this. It says speed, memory usage, compatibility, and it is stackless. Okay, whatever it means. I really don't have any idea about what stackless means. So this was the fourth distribution of Python that we saw. Then the fifth one is Jython.org. Okay, so Jython is nothing but the Python's distribution for Java platforms. So you can also see that even the logo of this distribution is cross between Python's logo and Java's logo. Okay, so here you guys could see a cup with a snake or a python coming out of it. So here you can see all the interpreters that are available. Okay, so if you go to the download section, you will be able to find the various release versions of Jython interpreter. It seems that Jython is only available for Python 2 programming language and it is not available for Python 3 programming language. So these were all the 5 interpreters and the distributions of Python that we saw. There is another distribution known as Miniconda. We can just Google for it. I will just go ahead and say Miniconda. Okay. So Miniconda is kind of Anaconda. It is not Anaconda, to be very frank. So we know that Anaconda comes with IPython, Spider IDE, Python interpreter, some pre-installed packages and Conda package management system. Whereas Miniconda comes with only Python programming language interpreter as well as Conda package manager. It doesn't come with any of the pre-installed IDEs and all. In case you have got very limited disk space or you don't have the permission to install the full stuff, then you can just go ahead and install the Miniconda and then you can install whatever you want after installing Miniconda on your computer. So here if you go and visit conda.io/miniconda.html, you can just install the Miniconda for Windows, Mac OS X and Linux. So Miniconda is available for Python 2.7 as well as Python 3.7. So as an exercise for this video lecture, I want you to visit all these websites for all the distributions of Python, and I want you to go ahead and download and try at least a couple of these distributions. But just make sure that only one distribution is in your computer or Mac or a Linux PC at a single instance. Okay, because if you have multiple Python distributions, then your computer might get confused, because if you go to the command prompt and if you try to run the Python command, then it will be a problem, right? If there are multiple distributions. So if you are actually assuming that it is running the Python interpreter from the cpython.org, and in actual it might be running the Python interpreter of Anaconda. Okay, it has happened with me. So I usually prefer to keep only one distribution of Python at a time while working on my computer. So make sure that you have only a single distribution of Python on your computer at a given instance. So I hope that you understood the differences between all these distributions and advantages and disadvantages of all these distributions. I have made this PDF available for download for anyone who is taking this course. And thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. Do let me know if you have any questions, queries, and comments. I will see you next time.